Okay, Coach, we are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator, General West, you get blocked me,
They'll run on first down. McQueen, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Bravo.
Check 59, Mike is 59, Mike to 59.
2nd and 4. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Hey, 31.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now, keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether there's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
19 yards there on the catch and run. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. 2 draw Corker. Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd down now, McQueen, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They'll set up to throw. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. N'Keal Harry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Escaping the pressure right. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Check it out, Reed.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Let's go.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around... The Browns drive about to get started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 30 on second down. Watson being chased out left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
He'll run it. And some room to work. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Browns drive about to get started. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. It's a big play there for the Browns. 62 yards on the ground. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10.
Right here, right here. 51 to Mike.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Watson steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone.
Lost to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're
Set, ready, 8, read. I got him. Snap.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got him in. It's Brown. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 35.
A.J. Brown. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Cleveland.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Littleton coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and it's third down.
Set, 15, 1, 59. Hey, Haywood!
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Here we go. Mike, check, 59. All right, T, let's check. All right, go.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. Faking the give, now Watson. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession.
Mike 9. I got one.
To throw again on second down. Watson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Watson on first down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Watson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. That is caught at the 7. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. From 21 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. And he goes out of bounds finally, but they're already on the edge of the red zone as he returns this to the 20.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Go now. 18 Gator.
59. He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
5, 2.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man open. That's Harry. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
60 outlaw. General West.
Let's go, D.
Get it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Miles Boykin, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
Get the boy down, he's coming.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike. Yeah.
On 2nd and 9, Watson completes it to Miller. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line.
Check 24, check 24. Mike 9. Hey, we gotta get to that Mike over there. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
3. Hey, 31.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On first down, Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Mike 9. 24.
To throw is Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They'll set up a throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. McQueen, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
They're going to look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
From the 50, it's Watson. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Watson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Yeah, let's go second.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Watson on 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Check 52.
On 4th down, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
6-6, pull it high. Go.
On 1st down, McQueen. The tackle made by Levi Wallace. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, high 7.
You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine.
Get it.
They'll set up to throw.
Let him know. Let him know.
Wide open receiver complete. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Check. 59. Let's go, D.
Fight.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A.J. Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Let's go now. 15 Lonnie. 15 line. Takes 3. 218. Chop. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This will be caught inside the 10. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Come on, set. 18 game. Topper. Hey, exit.
5'9", Mike 5'9". Hey, tighten down. There you go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, but it'll be second and goal. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A.J. Brown with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, that one complete to Yeldon. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move.
Let's put him on the classics.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Steps away. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just run and bleed the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Ready? 60 outlaw. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Now.
They'll run on first down. McQueen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Set. 90 Wolf. 80 weapon.
Watch the edge.
Sleep grip.
They'll keep it on the ground. McQueen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Matchbox lights.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
Ready, ready.
59, Mike. Check, 59.
General West.
Good trash.
Hit it.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available. Silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made 1 more play, could have had our shutout.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Double tight. 4 down.
5.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, Zoo.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check, 59. Check pass. Check back. Go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. That one looks like he'll throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going